Hello everyone, welcome to Drishti IAS. My name is Saloni Nandkyoliar and today we are here to discuss Supreme Court's directives on the use of firecrackers. So as the festive season is here, let's see what the Supreme Court has said. So the Supreme Court has relaxed the absolute ban on the sale and use of firecrackers in the Delhi NCR region, allowing only government-approved green crackers on a test case basis. So we know that earlier there was a year-round, complete, permanent ban on the use of firecrackers because of the worsening air quality in Delhi NCR. Now this ban has been lifted. There are some relaxations that have been provided that we can use only government-approved, basically NEERI approved, National Environmental and Engineering Research Institute, NEERI approved green crackers only, and that too on a test case basis, meaning that this relaxation is not permanent in nature. It is temporary in nature. It is going to be closely monitored. The air quality of Delhi NCR is going to be closely monitored by the CPCB from October 14 to October 25, and then they will submit a report. Post the evaluation of that report, it will be decided what kind of future relaxations are we going to receive in this. For now, there's a temporary relaxation. We can basically use government approved green crackers on a test case basis. Now let's understand what was the need for Supreme Court to bring about such a relaxation. So the Supreme Court here wants to follow a balanced approach. How? Let's talk about the manufacturers and sellers of these firecrackers. So when you impose a permanent ban, an absolute ban on the selling and manufacturing of firecrackers, these people are going to face what? Economic hardships. And here we are also talking about NCR, which means we're also talking about areas of Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan. So a lot more manufacturers and sellers are included in this basket, which means a lot of people are going to face these economic hardships. That is why the government wants to follow a balanced approach here. The Supreme Court wants to follow a balanced approach here because they want to balance between these people's right to carry on a profession versus everyone's right to life, right to live in a clean environment, breathe clean air. So this has to be balanced. That is why Supreme Court came up with this thing that let's use only government approved green crackers, because these green crackers are going to reduce the pollution levels by at least 30%. So the bracket is 30 to 80%. So at least 30% reduction is seen in the air pollution when we use green crackers. So Supreme Court A wanted to follow a balanced approach here, and B, it realized that enforcement was a challenge. Now it imposed a complete ban, but still all types of firecrackers were being smuggled into Delhi NCR. People were still buying it because manufacturers were still making it and sellers were still selling it. So enforcement, implementation was a challenge here. So the Supreme Court decided that let's just do this thing. Let's allow the usage of green crackers so that enforcement can be properly regulated here. We'll have proper patrolling, we'll have proper licensing system, and if enforcement is going to be a lesser challenge because now the ban is not complete, there is some sort of usage that is approved, so people will be going and purchasing only from these licensed manufacturers and licensed sellers. So A, the Supreme Court wanted to follow a balanced approach, and B, the Supreme Court also wanted to come up with a better enforcement plan. That is why this ban has been relaxed for the time being. Now let's understand what do we mean by these green crackers. So green crackers are not completely pollution free. They too cause pollution, but the pollution levels are decreased by 30 to 80%. These are approved by NEERI, which is a subsidiary of CSIR. And how is this reduction possible? Because they do not have these harmful elements like barium nitrate, arsenic, lithium, mercury, etc. So the reduction in air pollution levels is seen because all these hazardous elements are not present here. In fact, they also release water vapors and dust suppressants so that the reduction in air pollution can be witnessed, so that less air pollution is caused when these crackers are burned. So these green crackers are free from all these harmful elements, as well as now air pollution will be reduced, but not just air pollution, noise pollution is also going to come down, because normal firecrackers, they cause a noise pollution of 160 decibels versus green crackers will only be at 120 decibels. So the noise pollution is also going to come down, air pollution is also going to come down. And how will you identify these green crackers? There will be a logo, this green logo, and also a QR. So this green logo as well as a QR code is also going to be there on these crackers, and then you can identify that yes, these green crackers are authentic. So these green crackers basically now they can be sold and they can be used. Now let's talk about the directives that Supreme Court has given. So only green crackers as approved by NEERI can be sold and used, and the sale will also be permitted only from October 18 to October 20. Only these days will be allowed. Then crackers can be sold only from designated locations identified by the district collectors and police authorities, which will be widely publicized. So the implementation will also there will be public servants as well, so that implementation and enforcement can be better. The use of the firecrackers is also restricted to 2 days only. That is a day before the Diwali and then the day of Diwali. And the timings are going to be confined to 1 hour in the morning and 2 hours in the evening, 8 to 10 p.m. in the evening and 6 to 7 a.m. in the morning. Crackers containing barium salts, barium nitrate that we talked about, and other chemicals banned by the previous court orders are strictly prohibited. The sale and purchase of firecrackers through e-commerce websites is also banned, and any such supply is going to be seized. The manufacture and sale of joint firecrackers, something that we also know as ladis. Joint firecrackers or series crackers, they are not allowed. Police and Pollution Control Board officials will form patrolling teams to monitor these designated sale sites, verify authenticity, and take random samples for testing. And lastly, the violators, both manufacturers and sellers, will face penalties, including the cancellation of their license. So while there is a relaxation on the ban, but implementation is going to be closely monitored, and any violation is going to be strictly punished. So that was all for today's video. As responsible citizens, let us please follow all these directives and enjoy a great festival of Diwali ahead. So the question here would be, which of the following salts has been completely prohibited? Completely prohibited for use in firecrackers. So your options are A, barium sulfide, B, carbon sulfide, C, barium nitrate, or D, copper sulfate. So please provide your answers in the comment section and we will meet in a new video. A very happy Diwali to all of you in advance.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.